Hello there folks, as you can see, really nice sunny day today, and okay with heat also, so I guess the summer walks out with style here. I thought it was a long time ago since I did thread response or contest like that, and I thought definitely why not. I'm a sucker for vinyl tags, as you know, and there is a vinyl tag going on right now called the Summer Vinyl Tag, started by the channel known as Noble Records. So I thought, why not jump on the train and do some answer of 20 questions. There will be some records that you might have seen before, but it is for the questions. So let's start. Number one, album or a song with the word summer in the title. I tried very hard to find an album, but it was very hard. So I went for song, and maybe this is a little obvious choice, but it was the first thing that came into my mind, and that thought that this is the song that pops in my head when I hear summer. There are many versions, but I picked Isley Brothers, and from this 3+3, naturally, we have a Summer Breeze. Of course, could have also have picked the Seals and Croft, but this is also a great version. A little more soulish, while Seals and Croft is of course more soft and jack rockish, but it's great versions, both of them. 2. If there are some windy noises, I hope you can be aware of that. Latest heavy pull, which if I'm not wrong meant the last album we pulled that was really Bargoon, and I picked this that I showed in not too long ago in my latest vinyl CD update, the Pet Shop Boys and their album Hotspot from 2020, their latest album before the one that came this spring, and for $3, 30 Swedish kronor, $3 I found it, so I consider this a Bargoon. Number 3, Whack-A-Mole, and let's go inside. So, and the result is, as you could see, didn't cheat, didn't see anything. What it came up with was Norwegian group Pripo Lippi, which many of you may not have heard, but they were actually pretty big in Asia, as well as here in the north. This is their album from 1987 called Light and Shade. It's really nice, soft, popish with a little synthesizer sound in the background. I really like this album, really great and smooth. Album with an animal on the cover, and there are a lot of them, but I picked one that is a cult favorite of mine. Well, this animal is stuffed, but it is still an animal. It's supposed to be an animal. This is a Red Norway Trio album, and look at this stork, this bird here, and it's supposed to be an, I guess, but the stork's coming with babies, but the babies are of course dolls, and it looks a little bit creepy in fact with this one. I'm not sure how this actually is meant to symbolize this album, or symbolize anything for that matter, but it is definitely a cult classic in my opinion. Album with a great story. One that I have told many times, but it is a favorite of mine, is a story. I assume that this is a story of the album story. You can have versions of it. A story with me buying it. It could be a story behind the creation of the album, and I picked the later ones. The story behind Depeche Mode's album Ultra from 1997. No, this sticker, I don't live in that address anymore. But this album was a bit of a return album, because after this album, Songs of Faith and Devotion, it was a Depeche Mode in a shadow Depeche Mode, with Dave Gahan having huge drug problems, with Martin Gore having a problem with alcohol, and Andy Fletcher having nervous breakdowns. Alan Vidal quit the band. Definitely was a band in pieces. There were some that, not many, who believed that would actually be returning. But 1997, Dave Gahan pulled himself together and got some help. He became drug-free, and the other members pulled themselves together, and they created this album, Ultra. A strong Depeche Mode album that no one saw coming, and they were big again. The album sold very well, and it rolled on like nothing had happened, though much had happened since the previous albums behind the scenes. So I love that story. So the story behind Depeche Mode's Ultra. The album that people are surprised to see in my collection. Shown these also before, but I think that people will be surprised to see this, as I am no fan of boy bands all that much, with some exceptions. There are some songs in many of them that are good, but overall I'm no huge fan of boy bands. But there are, of course, as I said, there are exceptions in almost any genre. And the exception when it comes to 90s boy bands is Take That. Because Take That has more of a soul disco from the 70s feeling in their songs. At least their faster songs, that, of course, in my opinion, are the way best. So they have their feet in the ground of the 70s soul disco, combined with the modern sound, which make me think that Take That, a lot of their songs are really, really good. So their greatest hits, Take That's greatest hits. So Take That, by far best boy band. Even though, of course, not everything is good. They have some ballads that are very uninteresting, but a lot of the songs are actually really good. We have Sheap Heat, which was, if I'm not wrong, an album that was worth way more than I paid for. And I picked this, Aretha Franklin, Aretha in Paris, a live album. And I paid 50 cents for this. 5 Swedish kronor, 50 cents. When I looked it up, it was worth $20. So to me this was definitely a bargain. It also became one of the best album finding of the year, one of the year I got it. A 45, and I had so many 45s I decided to make another whack-a-mole. So let's hit the record room. So, as you can see, no cheating there either. I picked another one that people might be surprised to see in my collection. I'm no huge rap fan, but again, there are exceptions in almost any genre. And this is a favorite of mine, the Dream Warriors, my definition of a bombastic jazz style. My definition is this, my definition is this. Really think this is a cool groovy song. So definitely a single that I hold on to because it's really, really great. From 1990. We have a music documentary, and I picked one that I don't have as a physical format to show, but it is on YouTube for those of you who want to check it up. And it is a really, really great one. It's called Born to Swing, and it is a documentary about the alumni from the Count Basie Orchestra. What happened to the musicians of the Count Basie Orchestra? And they sit down and talk with them about their time with Count Basie and the time what they do now. A lot of them had been having problems getting back in the careers, and then we see them getting together, preparing for another playing for another concert. And it's a very interesting documentary, both to see what happens with musicians after their fame, hear them talking about the past, and see them get together again, like a reunion. So it's a very, very fascinating documentary, Born to Swing. You can see it on YouTube. We have a box set, that's number 10. Another one that is my favorite. Maybe you can see this as the best of the records I've shown before, the best of video. But it is an album that also became the finding of the year when I got it. The Chicago, a live album, Chicago at Cagney Hall, the complete one, 4 record set. Really, really big and amazing. Box set that also contains a poster, and it contains 4 amazing records, and an album that the members were divided in if they wanted to release or not, because half the members with Piztera thought it would be too long, too big, while if I'm not wrong, Robert Lamb thought that no, this is great, we release it, and the record label was also doubtful, but it was released, and it is long, but it is a really, really great one, especially if you have all the parts, all the records, because it's sold also separately. But this is the full box set. Another box set for number 11 of most trashed record. As you know, I prefer, of course, if the records are looking good. But if something I really want and the sleeve looks a bit bad, I get it anyway, because it is after all that because of the music I collect. So this one may look horrible. This is a box set with Jazz at Philharmonic, Norman Grantz's show. If you take a look at this sleeve, it is in horrible shape. And it looks really, really bad. But the album is in really great shape though, and it is really, really great jazz live music from this. So of course I wanted to have this one. and I got it, of course, very cheap also because of the quality. But it is really, really great, and I wouldn't lose it for the world because it's really great. Local album, which means an album from someone here in my city of Sundsvall, not just Sweden, but from the city. We have some really great, some great bands, though I think a lot is very overrated. We lean towards a lot of punk bands that we have, but I'm not interested in punk music. We have a great synth band right now that are really great called Ashbury Heights. That is my favorite local band at the moment. But I have never seen an album by them, a physical format by them. So I picked another band that I really like. This is the Confusions and the album Trampoline. Confusions is an indie pop band that are really, really great. Though I also know some of the members. I went to school with one, and I have been working with one. So, but this is a really, really great band that have been releasing some really great indie pop pros. I have some albums by them. We have an album from a faraway land, a country far away. I could easily have picked someone else's album from Brazil, but I took this. This is an album that I got from my Norwegian friend Kjell. Hello Kjell, I hope you're doing great. And this is from Japan. And this is, I have to search for what her name is. Her name is Ako Yano. Described to be, from what I understand, a Japanese Kate Bush, but I think she's way better than that. But she's been working with Yellow Magic Orchestra, and you have members from the band, the British band Japan, on this also. So it sounds very much synthesizer style, electronic style, and it's really, really great. Vocal in Japanese, so this is very interesting. 14, soundtrack. And I have some. I almost did a whack-a-mole there, but I picked this one. The movie itself, I'm no huge fan of. I'm trying to see it, but I don't understand one bit of it, and I think it's not my style at all. But I got in contact with the music from it in a very early age, way before I have seen the movie. I'm talking about the soundtrack from Clockwork Orange. And for those of you who have seen the movie, you know that this is classical pieces made in electronic versions that almost sounds like it's distorted, but I like this actually very, very much. It's very exciting music. This music is way more interesting than a movie, in my opinion. And also, on top of it all, Time Steps, a really exciting long track with sound effects, with a little creepy style, and but very, very experimental, and it's a great soundtrack. Highest recommendation, and I was wondering what to do, if I should take the highest recommendation of an album I have just recently bought, but I wanted to stay away from the stuff that I showed in my previous Vinyl Feed update. So I picked this. This is a jazz album that is very close to my heart. This is Lenard Tano, my favorite jazz pianist. A pianist that you never know what they're going to do, but it still sounds like jazz. And this is an early recordings, lost sessions that he done with the Earl Swoop Sextet. And Earl Swoop is a musician that I haven't seen or heard after this. But what's interesting about this one is when I started to listen to jazz back in 1986, this was the first older jazz recordings that I heard in Swedish radio, and I got totally, I felt totally in love with it. I got knocked down by it. It was really amazing. The coolness, the smooth jazz style, not smooth jazz, but smooth as in a very cool and relaxing style. And it also contains him playing solo in also in various trio formations. And I managed to find this album that is the one they played on that radio show for $10, 100 Swedish kronor many years ago in Stockholm. And I was so happy I could dance around Stockholm. And it is definitely one of the best jazz albums I know. Not only because it's pure nostalgia, but also because it is so amazing, well played and great. So if you want to discover Lenard Tano, these recordings are a great way to start. We have highest on my wish list, and highest on my wish list is something that I don't know if I ever will see. It is a box set that I saw once. I think it was on Amazon. I don't have Amazon account or anything like that, or be able to buy on internet. But it was a box set from the very small and short-lived label Keynote that existed during World War II, and it was really like the music from that label because the recordings sound so intimate. It also sounds so special. The acoustic was so amazing. So I really want to get a hold of that box set, but I'm not sure if I ever will see that one. If I get it, I will dance around Sweden, and I hate dancing. Channel Shoutout. So it's hard. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I give the shout out to my brother R, Rob Paniques in Boston, that have been following me almost from the start when I started 10 years ago. And is very frequent still in the comment sections, commenting on my videos. So it's a really nice guy showing great records. We have a common interest in the Smiths and Morrissey's music, as well as others. So hello there, Rob. I hope you're doing good. A silver lining in DC, and it was supposed to be what is positive nowadays about the vinyl community, in opposed to all of the drama that has been going on. Interesting that I've been here for 10 years and haven't been involved in any drama. But I think that the positive thing is one of the reasons why I'm here. Because the main reasons why I'm in vinyl community is to meet other record collectors. I have the possibility now to meet and talk to also through streams, and to get comments and be friends with record collectors from all around the world, from places I never been to, that I don't know if I ever be able to visit, able to talk to them, to see their music, their recommendations and everything, to be friends with them. From persons from all around the world, and I think that is so amazing to be able to do that through this channel. So that is the best thing for me, always been when it comes to the vinyl community. A Steal of a Deal, which also is a record that I got for a way lower price than I was expected, and I picked another Lenard Tano because this one I bought in Uppsala, in the middle of Sweden, when I was there in 2018. I found it in a thrift store. And Lenard Tano albums is normally very high in prices because he's a very, very odd musician, pianist. But guess how happy I was when I was able to find this Lenard Tano album, this self-titled, pretty well-known Tano album, for $1. And I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be able to find a Lenard Tano for $1. I was so happy for this one. And those of you who have seen my travelogue from Uppsala that I made then and see it, how happy I was. Final question, number 20, a promo. I don't have all that much of those white label promos, but I have some down in the cellar among my 12-inch, and I picked this one that I think is the most famous outside of Sweden. This is Secret Service that had an some international success back in 1979-80 with the song Oh Susie. It climbed up to 13 or 14 at the Billboard chart, if I'm not wrong. This is a song from 1984 called How I Want You. Don't ask me how I got hold of this, but it's a really nice one. So, that was all 20 questions. It comes a lot of vinyl tags during the year, and most around the time after the original tag, vinyl tag at New Year's Day. But I haven't had the time to do as many tags as I want to this year, so it felt good to do at least this one. So I hope that every one of you enjoy this and that you have a really nice time this final moments of summer. No matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care and so long.